What kind of risk does working from home add as opposed to having a bunch of computers within an office situation?
I would say one of the biggest things is the network itself could be a consumer. Almost certainly will be a consumer from your Spectrums or your AT&Ts. So some people have the requirements they need, like a VPN. They can't just jump onto their own Wi-Fi. Their Wi-Fi might have the password on the back of the modem kind of thing.
Yeah, when you say that, I think of endpoint security. Can you explain a little bit about what that is?
Yeah, we used to have the ability to protect the network because we knew all the things were in one place behind like a really expensive firewall that your business bought. But then you took that company laptop home and now you're not behind that fancy firewall anymore. So there's a lot of potential security problems. And so a lot of our security focus now is actually protecting the endpoint regardless of what network I'm connected to. Like you said, like home Wi-Fi, internet at a hotel or an airport. Like I've got to make that device secure no matter where it lives anymore. One of the other things around working from home that we've seen lately is it's a phishing attempt, but it's sort of social engineering also. It's where the bad guys email your payroll department and tell them that they impersonate you and ask them to change your direct deposit information. They'll use your company form to change their direct deposit information. Well, 2 years ago, that used to require someone to walk down the hall and go talk to somebody in payroll to get this done. But since so many of our workforces are distributed, it's a lot easier to pull that hack off just over email and try to trick your accounting folks into paying the wrong person or paying the bad guys somebody's like paycheck instead. So working from home has created these social engineering risks that weren't there before also.
I remember reading a stat, and this was right when the pandemic had been in full swing for about 6 months or so, that phishing attempts had kicked off 600%, something like that. The number was absurd. And I think a lot of that has to do with the success rate jumping because you don't have somebody next to you saying, hey, does this look legit to you? And it's just a different mentality when you're on your couch or at a home office.
Yeah, plus you're on your mobile device too, right? So you got your phone out there and you're like, wow, that looks like that might be important, but it's so small. Let me go ahead and tap it. Oh, yep. So absolutely. A lot of the things we say, when you look at links on a computer, hover over it. Maybe it looks false. It looks like something from, another country or something like that. You can't really do that on your mobile device.
It sounds like, they can gain access to an entire organization just through a single user's email. Is that accurate?
Absolutely. Most of the compromises that we're seeing are coming in through one person from an email account, from a phishing attempt or some kind of credential harvest that they get from one user. Rarely are we seeing the bad guys, going through a firewall and hacking a network. They're really just tricking a single person, gaining access to the machine. And then the phrase we use is they're then moving laterally, through the network once they get one machine compromised.
It's not your diehard, furious keystroking and I'm in.